Hello, Pauper fans! Thank you for joining me. I'm Mathonical, and this is round 7 of the Pauper Challenge with Rally Gond. Our opening hand is a very reasonable one. We don't have early white mana, unless we go for like the Colony Garden plus Survivor's Encampment to be able to get out the Bodyguard early, which we may do, depends. And then we basically have the Midnight Guard, Prismatic Strands, Battle Screech. This is a very reasonable hand. 4 mana, technically double white. Forest, that looks good. Nettle Sentinel, that's nice. If it's a Stompy, this is a great hand for us to face against Stompy, simply because of the Prismatic Strands. Can't stress how good this card is in this matchup. Blossoming Sands was a nice pickup, because now we can have our double whites easily, not have to worry about it. We're just going to run out the Soul Warden, just because they don't usually have a lot of effects to kill it right off the bat, and that allows us to play our Colony Guard to gain some additional life. We have the option of blocking, but I don't really want to. Not yet. I'm able to cash in for more life in the future. They do have the Ledgewalker. This is one of the cards to look out for in these matchups, simply because that means we're less likely to want to bring in any of our removal effects, because they're going to load up on this anyways. Since we see this, we're just going to get some more of our creatures on the board. We want to play this Battle Screech and have Prismatic Strands online to blank multiple turns and hopefully multi-block the Ledgewalker to get it off the table. Our hand is still pretty good, but we are going to be leaning pretty heavily on this Prismatic Strands. The Standard Bearer is extremely nice. We're just going to cash in the Battle Screech here, because next turn we're going to be able to play the Standard Bearer plus Prismatic Strands backup. And this is going to gain us enough life that I'm not too worried about just being able to take this attack. He is attacking us for 12, so we do want to jump block just to play around a Kicked Binds and anything of that sort. And now we're able to do the plan that we knew was coming. Get the Standard Bearer online. Now all of their pump and protection effects are offline. This means we're also going to be able to multi-block the Ledgewalker. He's very perceptive. I've played him a couple times, so he knows that when I have 3 mana up, I'm looking for Prismatic Strands. He doesn't want to lose that. So he hedges and protects with his other creatures. I'm still going to cash in Prismatic Strands here, because this will gain us a bunch of life when the Young Wolves come back, and can't really afford to just take the damage. I also don't want to be holding up mana for the rest of the game trying to cast it, and having the graveyard means it's free for the rest of the game. Battle Screech is a very nice pickup, because now we have a ton of creatures to be able to block with and to attack with. I didn't want to attack there just because I want to have more creatures up for blocking purposes, but our opponent knows once we're in this position there isn't a way for them to come back if they don't have a Viridian Longbow, and they go ahead and concede. We're just going to jump into game 2 here. And the sideboard plan. I left 1 journey in the sideboard. You basically always have the option of how many of these you want to go up to. Since we know he has a Ledgewalker, I would recommend not necessarily bringing in the whole removal package. So I do go down 1 Presence of Gone, 1 Commune, just because that's going to be a little slow. 1 Sense of Listening, because that's a bit slow. You can either choose this or the Battle Screech, but in this matchup I want the Battle Screech more because he has a Ledgewalker and be able to block it with that. Take out the 1 Rally of Peasants and 1 Soul's Attendant, so just kind of like a general trim of cards to bring in 3 Oblivion Rings and 2 Journey to Nowheres. And with that, we'll take a look at our opening hand. This is a good hand simply because the Standard Bearer is here. It is protection light, so if they have some way of removing our Standard Bearer, they do have decent winning chances. But we do have the Soul Warden to gain us a bunch of life. Midnight Guards are great for blocking their creatures, and a Battle Screech to deal with Ledgewalker and just a lot of tokens and life gain in general. So we'll happily keep this. We would like a green source at some point, but since we don't have any green spells yet, we're not too worried about that. Put Skulk on turn 1 as a 1/1 makes me very tempted to block it, but I know how valuable the Soul Warden is, so I will not do that. They have a Quirion Ranger, and that's about it. The Devil Bodyguard is a great pickup here. That means we're going to be able to protect our Soul Warden and Standard Bearer, which is exactly what I'm looking for. We also have this Prismatic Strands, which means we've got very good winning chances here. They'd have to have an amazing hand to be able to get around this. Burning Tree Emissary is the kind of card that can get them far enough ahead on board to put a lot of pressure on us. On our next turn, we go ahead and put out our standard bears. So we have protection effect, and they haven't played any pump spells yet. We want to turn them off for the rest of the game. We're going to take a bit of a beating here, but we don't mind. We've got life gain. We're only at 20. They're going ahead and playing a lot of their creatures, thanks to the Quirion Ranger, which is to be expected. Oblivion Ring will give us the ability to deal with anything that could threaten us later on, like the Viridian Longbow. And basically we just get the Midnight Guard so he can't attack anymore. We're going to play the Soul Warden, get some additional life gain. And at this point, we have a lot of options. I'm going to go ahead and just play another guard, just because that guarantees he's not going to be able to attack. Midnight Guard, while normally a 2/3 for 3 is not a great rate, against an army of 1/1s and 2/2s that can't get any bigger, they are an amazing card. At this point, we're just going to get in our Battle Screech. We're not too worried about anything since we have a lot of answers to everything. So we would like to get the flyers online to just start putting them on a 5-turn clock. And after this point, we can basically just hold up Prismatic Strands unless we draw something better and start getting in for some damage. While Stompy, I do agree, is a very good deck at the moment. Because it's such a good deck and so popular, you can take advantage with decks like Rallygon. I do commune with the gods there, looking to get some additional bird tokens, which we do get, and I get a backup standard bearer as a bonus, so ++ there. Now he's on a 2-turn clock. We're just going to be able to get in there for 6 damage. We're going to play another standard bearer, hold up Prismatic Strands, and there isn't anything a Stompy bearer is going to be able to do out of this one. And so basically, after this round, I'm 5-2, and I'm reasonably high on the pairings, so there are chances that I get into the top 8. It does turn out I do get into the top 8, so if you would like to join me for the quarterfinals, I will see you in the next round.